Hi everyone. So today I thought I'd talk about the media diet. A lot of people commented on my point about being on a media diet and how useful it is. And actually, when I posted that video, you were some of the first people that actually got what I was talking about. I get a lot of people absolutely disbelieving that I don't listen to the news or watch TV. They don't understand how I can function in today's society without that. So I've written a bit of a list because I do have a tendency to ramble apparently. So I'll try and stick to my list, but I want to explain firstly what a media diet is. And what it is basically you stop feeding yourself media. And so I chose to cut out the news, and I'll tell you why in a bit. I chose to cut out reading newspapers, I don't watch the news on TV, and I don't listen to the news in my car. I do something else instead, which is much more beneficial. I can't remember the last time I picked up a newspaper or watched the 9 o'clock news. I don't even know if it's still on at 9 o'clock. I think some people can take it a step even further if they want to. People don't look at Facebook, and I've done that before. I came off Facebook for 3 months and it was brilliant. But you kind of need to do it now when you're doing stuff, building a business, getting to know new people. And I'm surrounding myself with lots of different people because I'll learn lots of different things. So Facebook is a great meeting place for that type of thing, so I do use Facebook. So in the media diet, like I said, it is basically cutting out a large proportion, if not all, of the media that we watch today. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, much like food, what you feed your brain is what you think. You know, they say you are what you eat, well, you're also what you think as well. And the media drip feeds a lot of doom and gloom. And I found a few years ago that it's not just doom and gloom, it's untrue. I'm no fan of Donald Trump, but as he calls them alternative truths, I don't actually believe that there should be an alternative truth. There's true or not true. I know there's varying degrees sometimes in between that, but there's no alternative. I think that the news, even the BBC, which is very annoying to me, spin things, they sensationalise things. And I remember watching something on the local news a few years ago, and it was really big and it was all hyped up. And then all of a sudden it disappeared and no one said anything about it. What I realised was that they probably just spun it out of all proportion and there was no news there. They don't even apologise half the time when they get things wrong, and we've seen a lot of evidence of that in recent years. I remember listening to what I thought was quite a newsy radio station, Radio 2, and I listened to a programme where a politician was grilled on how someone who said they supported their party had been accused of some awful sexual crime, and the interviewer wanted to know what that specific leader of that party was going to do about it. And I kind of thought, well, there's not much that they can do about it. If someone says they support what you stand for, you can't tell them not to, and it's not your responsibility. Hopefully you can influence them in a positive way. But the interviewer really grilled her on it, and she held her own, to be fair, this politician. And that was the point that I realised that the news is quite manipulative, and I decided to opt out of it. It's not for everyone. It's not easy either. It takes a lot of weaning off. So that's why I do it. I find that listening to the doom and gloom makes me feel doomy and gloomy, so I don't want to listen to it. Like I said, because you are what you eat and you do become what you listen to. So I try and listen to really positive things, things that maybe I can influence. So the biggest concern that people have when I tell them about my media diet after they've laughed or pulled a funny face is, well, what if you missed something? Well, I have to say, in all honesty, I don't think I've missed any big news stories, any big real news stories, because you go to work, and just the other day it happened, one of my team said to me, oh, did you hear about such and such? And I'm like, no, tell me more. And then they tell you. and then you can walk away from it. So you always know what's going on. My partner told me about the VW issues over them doing something with their emissions. I'm not sure what it was. I found out about that because he happens to look through the news website every now and then, because he's not allowed to watch it on the TV with me. You won't miss anything. Someone will tell you, or you'll hear someone talking about it wherever you are, and you'll realise that that's the big news of the day. And the joy of not seeing it on repeat or listening to it on repeat is you don't get dragged into it. You're just like, oh right, I know that now. Other people really struggle to understand the media diet because it's just something that we're brought up with, isn't it? I remember we used to sit and eat tea and the news would be on, and my dad would always watch it. My grandparents always used to have a newspaper. You know, the news was everywhere. And so sort of breaking free from it feels a bit strange. Interestingly, when I stopped watching the news, I actually stopped watching TV anywhere near as much. I used to watch 4 or 5, sometimes more hours a day sometimes. And now maybe I watch an hour every couple of days, and it's something that I choose. We don't have cable or satellite or even terrestrial TV in our house. We've just got Netflix, and so we pick very carefully what we want to watch, and at the moment it's Great British Bake Off Series 3, so very positive, quite fun. I can get quite excited about that. Benefits then of a media diet. Well, like I said, you are what you eat, you are what you think, you are what you hear. I don't have that dripping in my ear or coming in my eyes all the time. I just literally don't listen to it. It's not important. I can't change anything that's happening in South Korea or America. It's good to be aware of it, but you don't need to hear it all the time. I think it makes you feel like the world is getting a worse place to live, and I'm not sure that it is. I think we just hear about it more, and we hear about it faster, and we hear about it more often. In the good old days when news was brought by horses, it was slow. It was probably already done and dusted by the time the news got to you. I think it's just the speed of the media that make us feel like it's happening so much all around us. Other benefits, I sleep well. I used to get really worried about the news, mainly because it had a bit of a negative impact on my thinking. As a mother of a young child, I used to get very paranoid, and it's right to be worried, but not to the point that the media would have us believe. So another benefit is you actually end up thinking your own thoughts and forming your own opinions, because you don't hear this side of it or that side of it. You hear what the headline is because someone tells you at work, or you personally see it on Google, but you make up your own mind. I feel I'm happier, I sleep better, I don't worry so much. I form my own opinions, as I said, sort of checking my list so I don't start rambling again. I really never miss out on the big stuff. I don't think there has been one event, or not that I'm aware of because I don't watch the media, there's nothing big that's changed my life that listening to the media would have helped me in any way. So I'm happy with that. Helps you filter out the dross. In terms of the drawbacks of a media diet, I've been sat here planning out this video, writing my little post-it notes, and I literally cannot think of one single drawback of not consuming as much or any news media. I literally can't think of anything. If you can, please do let me know. Sorry, that chittering in the background is my day goose. They decided to wake up just after I started this video. Yes, so that is what a media diet is. That's my view on why it's important, and the day goose view as well. Let me know what you think. If you can think of any drawbacks of a media diet, also let me know, because I'm going to build this into some mindset training that I'm going to do in the future. So any feedback that you've got on it would be fantastic. If you want to know more, join us over at gettingaccountable.com. There's a free goal setting workshop. You can sign up for the emails. Make sure you opt in if you want to get our helpful emails. We only email you once a week, promise. Maybe twice a week, but it's all good stuff, I promise. I'm not going to bombard you every day. Sign up, join our Inner Circle group through the Getting Accountable Inner Circle group link on Facebook, and let's see if we can move each other forward. Okay, take care, bye-bye.